very glad you're here. Very glad you're here. You can help me out because you're clearly the authority on classic Tamiyas, aren't you? You're not at all, for example, in the way. Not at all. Good, you read up on that and I'll start cracking. Hello everybody, welcome back. Episode 3 of the Tamiya Nostalgia series I'm doing when I'm building the TL-01. I've got the parts here. Basically we're going to just crack on from where we left off. Last time we got to this step here, completed that. You can see the drive shaft in there, the gears are in there as well. Like I said, I didn't put any grease in this side, but when it comes to building the gearbox in here and here, I'm hoping that the bearings that we put in will block any grit coming from this side, hopefully, because this will need to be greased in, but you can see there's access in there. So yeah, we'll just need to make the best of that. Before we continue, my dog's, if you hear the dog walking around, that's what that noise is. Right, before we continue, oh, and also I should mention, yes, change of scenery. I'm in my parents' house. I'm looking after the dog, and dog's sitting for about 3 days because they unfortunately have to go to an unexpected funeral, so they're flying away to Ireland this morning. So I'm here looking after the house and the dog, and it means I absolutely cannot get any, I'm using a coaster, I'm being civilised. I cannot get any muck or anything on my mum's table or my mum's sofas, etc. Anyway, right. We need 6 MA6 screws, which we will find in this bag here. Is that the right ones there? Certainly seems to be. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're running out of these. 5, 6. And a large washer. Oh no, 4 large washers. Are they in the, where would they be, in here? No, they wouldn't, but we do need these. 4 bevel gears. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We also need 6 of the small bevel gears. I'm guessing there's 6 of them. I actually need the star shaft. I was going to call them propeller shafts, but no, they call them star shafts. So 2 of those, and I'm assuming all 6 of these will be in here. Yes, they are. Right. Everything out of that bag, but I also still need these 4 large washers, 9mm washers. Now, where would they be? It could be that they've come loose. So, this is where they'll be. I've never used anything from this bag yet because I've not been using these plastic bushings. You might have seen last time I used bearings instead because bushings suck. So, that is the correct one. You need 4 of those. And I bet there's only 4 of them. 4. Yes, it is. Okay. So, what are we doing? We are putting the small bevel gears on the star shaft. It says you need to grease them up here, but I think I'll grease them up once I've inserted them all into the differential. I was going to say the diff and everything, but I ended up sort of combining that to make differential. Okay. Differential spur gear. Now, are these symmetrical? I'm guessing they probably will be. Get away. Tech tree. Parts tree. Right, there's no burrs on this one, so that's fine. Now, one has a number 2 written on them, one doesn't. Is there a difference here? They're the same number of teeth. They seem to be absolutely identical. Oh no, they both have 2, it's just they're both faded, that's fine, one of them's faded. Right, so, we have this star gear, we have to use the bearing, not the bearing, the washer, sorry, and the bevel gear, like that. Well, I can understand that definitely works. So, yeah, that's certainly lots of friction, but I've not put any grease in it yet. Now this is where I do need to put grease, because I'll build this one and then they'll need to be sandwiched together, and then you will lose the opportunity to put grease in it. So let's get these assembled a little bit. Now back to the parts tree for the top of these differentials. See if I can snap off quite clean. It does, that's good. And then this one obviously sits like that and you got to screw it together. But before I do that I need to put this grease in it. I'll use the Tamiya grease that's included. Why not? Weird, this grease has been sitting in this bag for over 20 years. Don't think grease goes off, does it? Not if it's kept away from the air. That needs to be pierced. So we use something to pierce it. The smallest Allen key, probably this one. Oh no, oh dear. Yes, I might, yes, need to put, I need to get some kitchen roll. I cannot put this grease on my mom's table. It's fine, it's good, no problem, no problem. Okay, that's fine. Let's get some grease in this differential. I'm quite liberal with it. I don't have a huge amount here, but I'll go into my dad's garage. There's going to be plenty of multi-purpose greases, etc. But I don't want to, you know, mix them. So lots of grease in here. Just realised, just at the point where I'm going to put this together, that these are actually the wrong screws. And M06, these are M04s, I think. Yeah, they're bigger. I need the weird ones. Right, where are the weird ones? They're not in there. I didn't see any weird ones, which is why I assumed it was them. Are they the ones? They must be them. M06s. Yeah, that's better. I did think the picture was a bit off. Okay, that's where I went wrong. Okay, no problem. This is a learning experience for me. I've not built an old Tamiya for a long time. Not really built an old Tamiya ever, because the oldest one I ever built was the re-release lunchbox and the TT-01 type E, so it's not too old, not too dissimilar either, but anyway, there we are, no excuses. 6 of them, right. Need a smaller screwdriver than that one for these wee piddly screws. That's fine, I have a smaller one. Lovely. That's better. That's what we need. Big hefty. It amuses me that these are big hefty diffs for a touring car that was designed a long time ago, back when it was nickel metal hydrides or even nickel cadmium batteries, very, very, very weak brushed motors, etc. Yet the gearbox and exit and everything is nice and strong, nice and robust. Yet you compare that to, like, for example, the HPI jump shot I had a couple of years ago. That's a very modern design, right into the almost, I would say, the second decade of brushless systems in LiPo, certainly close to it, if not the second decade. And its gearbox was made of chocolate, so there you are. HPI getting it wrong when Tamiya's getting it right. Okay, so that's one built. Just need to repeat the process. I like Tamiya designs like this. They're so simple. They're so robust. Just very reliable. That's why you can put a brushless system in a lunchbox, which is not a great idea from handling point of view. Lunchbox doesn't exactly handle correctly anyway. Let's be honest. It's a bit of a daft truck. That's why we love it. But certainly from a handling, a power sort of view, lunchbox, gearbox, even though it's got big, well, not plastic, it's kind of like this, nylon, can take a fair amount of power. It really can. Okay, again, I'm just going to fill this right up. You don't get much. But you've got to be quite liberal with the grease in the diff, so I'm not going to muck around. And I've not snapped this one off yet. Okay. again, pretty good, no burrs, fine. There. Nice. Less nice, I dropped the screw. Oh yes. I've really quite enjoyed, I've not got too far in the build, I'm just taking my time, but I've quite enjoyed what I'm doing so far. It's good. It's decent. It's fine. It's good. Cross pattern, just finish them off. Nice and even. There we are. 2 diffs assembled. Right, we're on number 7 now. Now number 7 we need 5 plastic bushings. They call them bearings, but they're not. But we're not using those plastic bushings because we've got the bearing kit. We need 5 of these. And that's about 55 of those. 2. Stay. Thank you. 5. Okay. Good work in there until you're needed. Alright. We also need the axle shaft. 2 of axle shaft. 1 bigger one, 1 littler one. These will be the axle shafts. Well, yep. Oh, is this one hollow, is it? Oh, it seems to be hollow. Oh, it's not the right thing. It's not even close to being the right thing. This looks like the right thing, but this doesn't look like the right thing at all. Is there... Oh, this one's not hollow. Ah, this is the one. Okay. So we've got slight well, not mismatch necessarily, but that's different. So what happens when it comes to building the other end of the car? Because this is the same. We'll find out, I guess. We'll just find out. It could be loose in the box, of course. It could be in there. Right. So we only need 1 of each at the moment. Right, what we need is G1 idler gear. Use G. It's the only thing left. 1. Right. Use the idler gear. We would put bearing in each side. Yeah, 1, 2. The bearings are in. Oh sorry, this or the both called idler gear, so I was going to say that looks more like an idler gear. Right, what piece do we need? This piece. So you put that one in there. It goes in that side, and it's secured by the longer of the 2 shafts. Oh, there we are. But then the other, does it stand up? It does. Ha! The other idler gear. This one right here. Again, bearing, bearing. Is there a bar there? No. Just a bit of mark on the surface. There's the shaft. So that goes through there. Just trying to grease this all up. But there's not much grease at all. Really isn't. I might need to raid my dad's garage and see what we can find, but don't think he'll have any old tubs of grease that's still clean. But we'll try it anyway. In the meantime, just putting these 2 idler gears in. We've got the bearing there where it needs to be, in there, and this one, follow the arrow, goes at the top there. So, try and get that. Ooh. Bit fiddly. There we go. So that's in. The 2 idler gears are in. Swap a bit of grease there. See, it's not much. You can see on the camera there. It's just there's a little splattering of grease, but hardly enough to lubricate the whole mechanism. Hardly enough at all. I'll maybe just empty this tube on this side, and on the other side I'll see if I can find something different. Because that's just not enough. That's just not enough. Not if I wanted to fill the diffs the way I did, and I did want to keep the diffs really nice and lubricated. I wonder if that's one of the reasons that my old Tamiya was so bloody loud, because there wasn't enough grease to go around it. I don't think my dad would have used some extra. He might have done. Just keep filling this up. some grease. Gears, please. There you are. It's not great, but I'm going to go and get some decent stuff. Found some. I told you it'd be dirty. You see that? Need to be careful not to get any. Some of it's clean, but I need to be careful not to get any particles in the gearbox in the car here. And I'm also going to be very careful not to get this anywhere. So put it down there on the kitchen roll, should be okay. I think my hands are already filthy from the tin. Trousers are good, trousers are perfect. Right, give me a clean screwdriver. Clean small one. There we go. And you just more grease. Alright. That can be my designated grease screwdriver. So, that's step 7 done. What's next? Step 8 is, well, this is the right side of the chassis. Still, we need one bearing and we need 6 MA4s. Now these are the ones I wrongly attempted to use earlier. Here's the one Diffs. Says here you've got to have it the 3 screw holes that way. So let's get one of these bearings anyway. So we need to introduce this side of the chassis. This side of the chassis to there. So obviously the bearing is for this bit. Yes it is, in the front of there. So that mimics that side, but there's a bearing as well. And we slot this through. I'm not entirely sure what to do with the servo wire, so I'll just lift it out of the way at the moment. Apparently this whole thing now blends together seamlessly. I very much doubt that. When I've built it. Blend seamlessly, damn you. Quite seamless. There we go. Right. Okay. So the diff is free floating. The diff gear is essentially free floating, which is odd because it's in there and it's the outdrives that sort of will it to sit in the right place. What I don't like is there's there and there's small holes. Now I've just greased up this gearbox and I've been banging on about how you don't ever grease something that's exposed to the air, which is true. You don't, because grit will get in, mud will get in. But now in there and there's 2 little holes. I don't think they get plugged either. Anyway, 6 screws. 1 in there, 2, there's 3, 3's there, and there, 4, where's 4? Straight through there, 5 and 6, there and there. Okay, so let's get started. Beginning to look like the car I recognised and know from back in the day. It still doesn't look anything like the car because it's really not much of a chassis in terms of, I said this before, I said it last time, it's not exactly much of a chassis in terms of dynamic performance design. It's just, oh, let's get this thing that screws together and holds servos and motors and such, and it will go forward. Nice plastic. It really is nice quality plastic, this Tamiya kit. I mean, it's not, darn, it's not the most precisely machined thing in the world. It really isn't. I'm not going to deny that. It's not pinpoint. But the plastic is good quality. It's not flexible like HPI plastic. If I was building an HPI, well, you don't even build HPIs nowadays, do you? They're all ready to runs, unfortunately. But it would be sort of that pliable, lovely, rubbery plastic. This isn't. This is slightly more brittle, but it's nice. It's not like horrid brittle. You get in really cheap brands where you feel like there's no flex whatsoever, and if you ever have any sort of bend, it'll just snap. We don't want that. But this is nice. The screws are going in nice. Feels alright. So the front end is essentially together in terms of the gearbox anyway, the differential, etc. Now we're working on the back one. This is where I'm hoping the hollow tube is. Yeah, that's the right one. Don't know why that one's hollow though, I guess we'll find out. Might just be hollow to differentiate between this and the other one, but I can't see that being the case because they are two different lengths, and that's the correct one there. So we need 6 more of those bearings. Three bearings, 5 bearings. There we go. 6 bearings, 4 MA4, sorry, 2 MA4 screws. We're almost out of them now. There they are. Yep. And that's it for this particular one. We'll obviously need the grease. Right then. We will put the bearings in the correct places. So that one goes in here, like so. Does another one go in there? Well, we'll put the they're calling this the spur gear, this one. They're calling this one the spur gear. Okay, so that's the spur apartment. This will be another idler, is it? Do they call this an idler? Oh, it's a counter gear. Alright, so bearing in each of the gears, each end. That means we've got 1 bearing left. So it's got to go in the chassis somewhere. It's got to go in the chassis somewhere. So there's 6 of them. 2, 4. I'll put 1 in there. 5. Now where does this 6th one go? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah! I know where it goes. It goes another piece right there. Okay, so let's introduce this gear into the chassis, or should I grease it up first? See what the access is like. Well, maybe just put a spot of grease on it first. Nice big blob of clean stuff. Lovely, lovely, lovely. It's actually quite similar texture to the Tamiya stuff, so that's good. There's a huge bit. Probably all I'll need. Ooh, don't put it down. Don't get it on your mum's table. No. Or your fingers actually. Ah, darn. That pole. Why is it hollow? I'm going to look for another one, just in case, in the box. Just in case. The other one wasn't hollow. So why would this one be hollow? Nope, it's not in there. So it must just be the right one, and it's hollow to differentiate, to distinguish between the two of them. So let's get some grease on this as well. Okay, now will this fit through? If it fits through, it's the right one. Oh, it's putting up a fight. Really is putting up a fight. I don't know. Right. Oh, it does fit. It does fit. Okay. Right. Straighten it up for you. Keep the couch still. And that one goes down there into there. Go on, line up. Go on. Where are you? There it is. Well, it certainly fits okay. And now what we do is we get the other piece, A2, which is the other big chassis piece, put that bearing in the back of it there, and then fit this differential. Please don't dump any of your stuff out. Thank you. Time check. Oh, it's a long video. Just taking it nice and slow with this build. No point in rushing it. Although you guys might be getting impatient. Right, so that bearing goes in there. This this again. I don't like how it just free floats, but it does. Have that upright. So the differential sits in there, free floating. Grr, don't like it. Right, but anyway, I'm sure it'll all be fine. Clean. One thing's for sure, the car will be better lubricated than Tamiya intended. Can only be a good thing. So that sits there. I'm not designed to bend this way. Ow. Right. Alright. Now, this part, like that. It's obviously the motor mount, see? And fix, please. Oh, there's a big burr on there. Before we do that, oofed. Don't like that. Look at that burr. Right there. Oofed. That's not good. Alright. Fit. And it's just the two screws. One at the top, one at the bottom. So right there. And right there. Get in. Don't cross thread it, Mike. Thank you. And there we are. That's the gears and differentials completed on it. I was going to say drivetrain, but it's not the drivetrain completed because that includes drive shafts coming out here onto the wheels, etc. But get a bit of grease there. But yes, gearboxes are all completed. I wonder if I can spin the drive shaft here. I can get access a little bit in there. I don't know if I can get my finger in though. Probably not. Oh, on this side. Lots of gear, lots of grease that needs evenly spread around. Certainly a lot quieter than the one that my dad built more than a decade ago. He used the plastic bushings, he used the standard horrible pinion gear, the included pinion gear, and I very much doubt he uses as much grease as I have, so this should be a quieter, freer running car, which is good. The next stage is the motor, but we're going to leave that for this time and start that next time because this video again is going on a while. I'm taking my time, why not? Thank you very much for watching, and again stay tuned for more Tamiya TL-01 build, and take care of yourselves and we'll see you soon. Cheers! I'm going to make a new coffee now. Yuck.